This week on Hermitcraft.
Let's execute mumbo jumbo. Let's execute mumbo jumbo. Let's execute mumbo jumbo. Trap, 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 trap.
What is up, the world of the living? My name is LaXP and welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. Pixel Riffs, our regular voice, is on a vacation for a couple of weeks, and as per usual, this is the grand opportunity for me to directly thank you guys for all the support you've shown through the season. Unfortunately, his departure landed right on the finale of the Demise minigame, the Secret Santa, and the Is That Ship Looking at Me finale. I guess I'll have to make up for the lack of dramatic chops in my voice the only way I know how. With stale memes. Yo crabs! Demise is over! We'll start with TFC because there's something that needs addressing, and not just the generosity you people threw at him when the duty called, though that too is very important and we are very grateful that you did. Many commenters pointed out in the last recap that TFC died in lava while holding a water bucket and a potion of fire resistance right there in his hotbar. Even more pointed out that his laughter as he was sinking into fire will stay with them forever, haunting their nightmares. Luckily, this week TFC explains that his intention at that point was not to win the Demise at all. Diamonds are not something he needs in general, and bragging rights are for people who don't live in a bunker.
And I didn't bother doing anything about it. You're right, I didn't. As far as I understand, I think the Demise thing was running a little on the long side.
At least this way he had an opportunity to go out on his own terms, laughing like a maniac. So actually, my previous joke should look more like this. His afterlife so far mostly consists of tidying up his bunker. Only for so long a super mutant can wander around it unattended.
There was a reinforced stone. It was used for building the housing of an industrial craft reactor. And it kind of looked like this new smooth stone. That might just be a thing.
That brings us to 5 people left alive by the last Saturday. Joe Hills, Iskal, BWO, Mambo and Doc. For anyone keeping score, playing against them are ever-present Cuff and Traps, bored out of his mind Grianch, their own hubris, and a vindictive Cleo.
What in the world? This has to stop, I can't handle any more of this.
It's hard to reconstruct the exact timeline of events because pre-recording exists, but it felt to me like the first one to kick the bucket was Mr. Hills in the parlor room with a lava trap. Having dogged the Joe Pup trap, Joe very obviously felt like he could take on the whole world, up to saying that he's the guy that conquers death. And where better to conquer it than the dead quarters. With map of all traps on the line, one can't blame him for braving the dark halls of the swamp mansion.
Okay, so this clock is the clock of sticks.
Unfortunately, the chicken Horcrux ended up working against him. Joe got a little bit too cocky and met his demise in a lava trap.
Room of Dark Secrets of the Dead. Oh, that was a bad idea. Every part of that was a bad idea. How was... Ooh. Okay.
And that's after such a swell round of Christmas mini-golf.
Well, okay, so Mumbo has built something elaborate here. Yeah, that's elaborate.
Next, Death catched up with BWO in form of his past mistakes. There was an honest attempt to dodge those. It backfired immensely. Emerging from the darkness of her pirate ship, because Joe Hills knocked out all the torches as his Secret Santa prank.
Oh my goodness! Merry Christmas, Cleo. What did you want? Some murderers?
Cleo found an invitation to Mr. OO Castle for an armor stand job she's so good at. In reality, it was but a thinly veiled peace proposition from the master negotiator.
Because now she's on the Demise team. And boy, was she not happy about it. I'm a charmer, and I'm not worried in the slightest. Let me just tell you, I think you are the nicest person on the server.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do.
What do you want?
I'm not saying I don't...
She's not buying it for a second.
But Cleo does vengeance very, very well. It's kind of a thing.
Along with a well put together armory and some quality Keralis fanfiction.
And the two lived happily until B-Dubs arrived. Uh-oh.
B-dubs received a lava fall trap fit for a king. We know for sure it fits, because a king fell in it.
We made up for it. Corrales and the beaten. No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! Oh, I was trying to get the apple. Shoot!
Okay, the script here says confused screaming, but I don't quite know how to convey it. Cleo actually goes after another non-demised right after. Her secret Santa task is to give Doc M a lava tree, which she swaps for the TNT tree just to make it hard on pronunciation. It of course wouldn't be a Cleo build without armor stand decorations, but sadly this time we don't get a Mambo star on top. May the next tier be much better than the last. That left Mambo Jumbo, Iskall and Doc as the final three, which already is an achievement on their part and a shame on the part of the dead guys. The spoon, people! How did you not kill the spoon? Well, they did. They did a lot actually. Not a speckle of him was left when they got to him. It was the love that did him. The love a man has for a store. With Sahara restocking going incredibly well, thanks much to Iskall accidentally restocking stuff Mambo Jumbo was supposed to take on, the company suddenly ran into a problem of actually storing all of that stuff.
I can't believe you thought that I was telling you. I can't believe that you went along with it as well. You thought that someone just came in and just went, well, Iskall come.
Yeah, that's usually what Grianch does to me, so I thought that was...
That makes sense,
you
yeah.
know.
They needed to go to the outer end to grab shulker boxes, and that's where Kapfan's end portal trap was just waiting to happen. Iskall actually survives that one by panicking and logging off, which would not even matter because the TNT somehow wouldn't even kill them anyway. Mambo survived just fine without it.
Fine!
What happened?
It was just TNT. You can log back in. Dude,
I'm in,
actually
I'm in.
managed to-
Are you kidding me? I didn't try and murder you there, dude. What?
You were the one that... Hang on, I feel like there's something going on here.
But it did use up Mambo's Totem of Undying, and so, when he enderpearled through the outer end gate, nothing was there to stop a pile of TNT minecarts from disintegrating the guy.
The idea with this is that this is going to be where all of our TNT minecarts converge. Virtually inescapable.
That
you
is
ready?
really weird. Yes. Yeah, you go through... What?
No,
I'm shaking. What happened? What happened, dude?
Oh, they trapped the little ones as well, dude. And then just gadoosh. Like, I'm sent off into the sky.
And I flew over.
Yeah.
Even with the Totem of Undying, you would have fallen into the void. There's nothing left there.
Ironically, what saved Iskall did exactly the opposite for Doc M. It's logging off that let him down. You see, while Doc was ironing out the quicks and nudges in the ultimate raid farm...
Oh god, oh yeah, it's happening. Oh snap, okay. Deactivate, abort.
A very impressed but nevertheless vigilant Grianch was stalking him from the shadows.
Only potion particles are giving me away. And then there's nothing he can do. He has no idea.
So from the point when Doc M went offline, the two were locked in the battle of masterminds. Grianch has spotted the place Doc went out on, and put a lava-filled obsidian box there. Alerted to that by the desperate plea of his fanbase, Doc studied the footage hard to spot a weakness in this dastardly plot. The weakness was very obvious actually. Grianch has made a lava trap for a man with fire-resistant potions. It looked almost too tailor-made for Doc M to survive through it.
I'm getting ready for it. Easy. Maybe upon login there will be a little bit of loading time, but it seemed you had pretty good leeway.
Admittedly, Doc could have called in a favor from a server mate to check on the spot and maybe remove the trap, but at this point that actually ran the risk of people actually adding another trap around it or anything. Uncertain of his fate, Doc clenched his butt and jumped onto the server, ready to execute the plan and survive against all odds, only to find out that he was already dead.
What the kidding me? Oh my god.
It literally was over before he even knew it. Turned out, between the videos right after he was done with this, Grianch swapped the lava box trap for a different one, the TNT minecart insta-killer. same one as Cub uses for his skills. A lot of fans actually legitimately did think it was Cub who changed the trap around at first, because they thought it was too devious for the G-Man. And so the Demise ended with Iskall as the winner. Hermitcraft goes on though, as Grianch proceeds to assume the persona of Grianch and steal Christmas. For the second year in a row, mind you. That brings this season to 2 out of 2 Christmases he stole. But who am I to judge? I dress up as Krampus on my server.
Let's just see what people are going to get for Christmas.
Bah humbug is thus. Swap all the present ideas in the Secret Santa dispenser for naughty ones, which works like a charm, even tricking false symmetry, who would be the one that wrote the original gift.
Well, seeing as though I made this... That doesn't make sense. I don't remember writing that. Or did I write that?
For his secret victim, Grianch has to cover BOO's castle in graffiti, and with her help of Reese's Pack does exactly that. Conversely, Coffin pulls out Impulse's V, and is told to give him a Ravager named Barry. It's a match made in heaven since Cub has quite the experience with berry farms and also Ravagers. Without an error, Cub throws together a miniature version of the Ravager Run minigame for Impulse to die against.
And I forgot to press the lever. So if you forget to turn on the lever, you don't read the instructions. This is what happens. You automatically die.
All right, let's just go sometimes. Oh, right into his face. Not cool, man. Run, no, run, please. None of the doors are opening. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was close.
In return, Impulse had to gift Cub a giant Santa hat made of TNT and an end crystal on top of it. And yes, they did just randomly pull each other's name out of the dispenser. It's a Christmas coincidence.
Oh my god! Is that... This is so much TNT. Oh my god.
Good Times with Scar is tasked with redecorating Iskall's base with deadly baubles. However, because right before that he was making sludge waterfall in his swamp mansion, the toxic fumes make him think it's bobbleheads.
Decorate base with lethal baubles. What on earth is a bauble? Like bobbleheads?
Therefore, giant deadly bobbleheads. The ominous heralds on the Funko Popocalypse. Rod Home has a surprise for him. His pirate island was covered in a thin yet annoying layer of snow as per request false symmetry pulled out of the hat.
How much I hate snow on this island.
It actually took her 2 waves of snowmen and a lot of manual block placement, because the first squad of them was all killed by the rain.
What a waste of time. Oh, how many have I got left? 12?
She too is not stranger to taking the holes, however, and does put up a Mambot-styled nutcracker around her base. A Mamb cracker, if you will.
From far away, he looks great.
But it's Exuma and Kalfan who got the most Christmassy of activities. Golf, you know, that game you play during summer. X does a final pass-through play of the mini-golf course in the Christmas district, while Kalfan takes a break to post some reruns of that time they all played his mega golf course. You know, back in June, literally half a year ago. And I, for one, am not gonna complain. It's more Hermitcraft and I doubt these VODs are available anywhere else, so hey, more content, I'll watch it. Finally, there's one more minigame that went down, and frankly, it's the best one. The grand finale of Is That Ship Looking At Me? Well, it's like half a year in the making also.
Also, I should say again as well, welcome back to the Hermit studio that you yourself built, right?
Yeah, I made this. I'm so glad to see it put to use, you know?
Yeah. Do you like what I've done with the plates?
And the like. Apart from the sheet butt, yeah, it's pretty good.
This time it's the winners of previous rounds coming together to find the ultimate ship whisperer. Exuma, Tanga and Keralis face off in a battle of wits, brawn and ship under the watchful guide of Zeta. And yes, they do mention the mainboard thing. Poor Doc.
Look at Shashwami. He's
Where is
landing in. He's like stealth mode, I know.
If anyone successfully dies Azuma, I'll be very impressed.
We just win. We win.
The 2 finalists are Exuma and Keralis, with Keralis getting dunked on and Exuma taking home their nice feeling, I suppose. And because I'm a bot, I'm just gonna point out, the Is That Ship Looking At Me set generally is colored in purple and blue, not Christmas green and red, so you would think that they repainted it or something. But in Tango's video in the beginning we see that his purple dragon looks also red, meaning that instead of actually rebuilding the set, they just swapped the two in Resource Pack. Like, I'm not mad they did. I'm mad they thought we wouldn't notice. And that's just about it for this year's Hermitcraft. Thank you everybody so much for watching. You made this year truly a wild ride for us here on the recap. And we hope that you'll stick around for more come January and eventually Season 7. My name has been ZloyXP. You can find more of me on my own Minecraft channel linked in the end screen. And I will see you next decade. To be continued, have a good one, bye bye.